Jake here for Extreme Terrain, and today I'm taking a look at the Raxium Axial Series 9-inch Angel Eye LED headlights with black housings and clear lenses fitting 2020 and newer JT Gladiators. Improve your visibility while giving your JT a unique style with these LED headlights from Raxium. Featuring some cool modern styling, quality construction, and a great price, these are going to be a sweet upgrade no matter how you slice it. We get a lot of aftermarket headlights around these parts, but these ones immediately stood out to me as a cool upgrade because I think they've got some unique stuff. And while the actual lighting elements are worth noting here, the look is what really sold it for me right out of the gate. Now to start, you obviously get that black internal housing, and if you're blacking out your JT, this is going to be a great way to tie in that theme up in the front end. They also feature an LED angel eye ring around the outer edge of the light, so it brings in that modern, sleek look in a way that could almost be mistaken for factory. Now those angel eyes also double as turn signal repeaters, so they're going to switch to amber and flash accordingly when you click your turn signals on, then right back to white afterwards, staying on as your daytime running lights. However, the coolest part here, at least in my eyes, are the 4 vertical strakes that are also LEDs. They align with the signature 7-slot grille, so they tie in that design element to the lights in a way that looks cool and kind of on the subtle side too. I think it's unique, and I also think that it works really well overall with the styling of the truck itself. However, beauty is more than skin deep here, as you also get these 2 big LED projectors in the center for your main and high beams. Now these are going to be a big improvement versus stock. They're going to throw a much brighter, wider, and cleaner beam pattern. It's going to be a little bit more of a bright kind of white color versus the more mellow halogen factory lights, which are going to err more on the side of a yellow light. So you're going to notice an improvement right out of the gate here. Now whether you're on the street or the trail, you're going to have a much easier time seeing what you're going towards and being seen by oncoming vehicles too. So the driving experience is going to be much more pleasant as well as being safer. All of the electronics are packaged inside too, so there should be no issues with flickering or hyperflashing. You don't need to do anything else here, so it makes it a pretty easy setup. The outer housings are constructed from a black aluminum with integrated cooling fins here to keep everything secure and running at a proper temperature. Now up front, you get these standard clear polycarbonate lenses, again over those black internal housings we were talking about earlier, plus you've got all the LEDs inside. And since these are LEDs, they're going to have a nice long lifespan. You don't have to worry about replacing bulbs every so often. Now everything here is also weather sealed too to help keep out dirt and moisture and protect the sensitive electronics inside. Pricing comes in at about $325, and that does put them on the more affordable end of the spectrum for JT headlights. And if you're a fan of the styling like I am, I think that's a really good price considering what you're getting and how big of an improvement these are going to be, especially if your JT has factory halogen lights. In fact, the installation is maybe the only thing you might call a detractor. This is going to get a 2 out of 3 on our difficulty meter, and these should take you about 2 hours to install. Now I say all that with the caveat that these are mostly plug and play. As you can see, we've got our connector already here on the back, but you are going to need to do a little bit of wiring in order to get those daytime running lights working properly. However, it's just a matter of plugging some stuff in, really running power and ground. You've got your spade connectors here already done on the back of the lights, and everything is included for you, including the wiring and the quick Scotch-Lock connectors. But enough talking about it, let's go ahead and jump out to the shop where we'll walk you through the process.
The tools we're going to need for this install include an electric ratchet or regular ratchet, clip removal tool, 10mm socket, 5mm Allen socket, 5mm Allen key, needle nose pliers, crimp tool, and bungee cord. What's up guys? Today we're going to be installing a set of headlights on our Gladiator, so let's get started. Now we're going to be removing our 6 clips up top to remove the grille using our clip removal tool. And there's one more clip over on this side. So that your clips are removed at the top, there's going to be some pull tabs on the bottom, and we just got to give a light tug and it'll come out. Now there's going to be 3 10mm bolts that hold your headlight in place, so we're going to take our 10mm socket and take them out. Now before we remove this, you're going to want to hold in the headlights so it doesn't come flying out. Now we can pull out. Then we can remove our connector by pressing in this tab and pulling out. And now you can repeat that process on the other side. All right, so before we get our headlight mounted up, we're going to take our connector and plug it in. And then we can get our yellow extension with the female end and put it onto the yellow male end. And same for our white extension. Then we can slide our male end over our spliced wire. And take our crimper, crimp it down. Always give it a nice little tug, make sure it's in there. Now moving on to the yellow one, it's the same process. And then we're going to go ahead and run them through the fender liner into our turn signals. So first we're going to remove this bolt with our 10mm socket. Then we're going to remove this clip with our clip removal tool. Now allow us access to peel this back. I'm going to use a bungee cord to pull this and keep it out of the way. In our case, that these T-taps are already in place, but they come included with the kit. Then we're going to take our wire extensions and loop them through. Your yellow wire is going to connect into the white and green wire. I'm going to slide your male end into the T-tap. Then you can run your yellow. And your yellow is going to go into the white and beige wire. Then we can release our bungee cord. Put back in our fender liner. Thread in our 10mm bolt. Tighten it down with our 10mm socket. And take our push clip, insert it back in. Now we can mount up our headlights. So now that you have all your wiring situated, we're gonna mount up our headlights. These small holes are where these guides go into, and it'll guide your hole right in. Have that hold in place. And the orientation is the Allen head bolt, your washer, and your spring. And you have an Allen key included in the kit, but I'm going to be using a 5mm Allen socket to tighten these down. Line them up. Second one. Now the bolts and springs act as a mount and an adjuster, so if you need to adjust your headlight aim, you could just tighten down or loosen all three bolts. And now once that's done, you can repeat that process on the other side. Now we're ready to reinstall our grille. We're gonna take these lock tabs and put them in the slots of this bracket, and they should click right in. Then we can take our plastic clips and insert them back into their proper holes. Now we're gonna put our push clips back into place. So that's going to wrap up the install on our Raxium Axial Series 9-inch Angel Eye LED headlights with black housings and clear lenses for your 2020 and newer Jeep Gladiator JT. Thanks for watching, and for all things Gladiator, keep it here at extremeterrain.com.